Hello, everyone. I've missed you all here at Sunday School, and I hope we're all back together real soon. Today I'm going to tell you a story of two people in the Bible that had a lot of faith in God. When we have faith in God, we believe He is with us and that His presence gives us hope to believe believe in the impossible. The couple's name is Abraham and Sarah. You might have read this story in the Bible at one point. But God asked them to do something that was very hard to do. He asked them to leave their home where they had lived almost all their life and go to a new place. And we know change can be hard. Like when you started school, you had to go to a new class, a new teacher. So change can be hard. And it was hard for Abraham too, but they trusted God to take care of them. So him and Sarah went on their journey. When they arrived at their new home, they were happy. And they liked everything about it, but there was one thing missing. They wanted a baby. They wanted a baby really bad. So God had promised them that they would have children, and that they would have children as many stars in the sky. Now, can you imagine? That would be a lot of children, wouldn't it? But He means children, grandchildren, great-grandchildren, great-great-grandchildren, and so on. So tonight, if you're outside, look up at the sky, and maybe there'll be some stars and you can see all the stars, and that's what God promised them. So that was a big promise, wasn't it? Mm-hmm. Wasn't it, Isabel? Time went on and they still had no baby. Now God had promised them this, and so they thought it might happen right away. Have you ever had to wait on something? What about if your birthday's in a few days and there's a big present sitting on the table with your name on it, but you have to wait? Is that hard? I think that would be hard. Or your mom just took some cookies out of the oven and they smell so good and you want one right now. And she says, we're going to eat them after supper. That's hard to wait, isn't it? Isn't it, Isabel? So Abraham and Sarah were getting very old. Abraham was getting close to 100 years old and Sarah was getting close to her 90s. So they were thinking that they really wanted to have this baby now. But one day, 3 visitors came to their home. Now, they didn't know that these visitors were angels, but God had sent these visitors to them. And they talked and had a good visit. And when they were leaving, one of them said, "When we come back next year to see you, you'll have a baby." And you know what Abraham did? He laughed. He laughed out loud because he thought, we're getting really old here and I don't know. But he never lost his faith in God. He always knew God would take care of him and give them what He had promised. So when Sarah did have a baby before the next year, they had a baby boy and they named him Isaac. And the name Isaac means he laughed. Right. Can you say what Isaac means again? He laughed. And that's what Abraham did when he received the news that they would have that baby within the year. Do you think your parents laughed with joy when you were born? I'm sure they did. And I'm sure your grandparents did too. And everyone around you. So this week, let's remember, and as you learn in session 2 of the lesson plans that you have, remember that God is always faithful and that He will always take care of you and He will always keep His promise. It may not be on our time, but it'll be on God's time, which is the perfect time. So have a good week and be sure and do your lessons that you get sent to you, and we'll see you back here as soon as we can. Isabel, say bye.
Bye.
Bye.